forecast. To my right, we have Alex himself. Alex, how you doing?
Oh, pretty good. How are you, everyone?
I'm doing everyone. Well, not even to me this time. And also we have Garrett. How you doing, Mr. Garrett?
President of Accountant Forum, doing well.
Do you think do people call you Mr. Garrett ever? Or they go Mr. Walls?
They call me balls to the walls.
Jesus Christ. This is your Wednesday Comics forecast for October. What's the date? They updated the iOS, and now the date's... Oh, here you go. October 11th, 2017.
It's the 10th.
Yeah, it's Tuesday. Tomorrow's the 11th.
Oh, you're right. I went back in time. I'm sorry.
Tell you the books that are coming out. Tell you what to pick up. Tell you what's out brand new. Maybe to check out. Let's start with Dark Horse Comics right up front. Briggs Land, Lone Wolves number 5 to 6. That's something I've been keeping my eye on for when it comes out completely. But if you're into Briggs Land, that's the mini that's coming out. Check that out. Hellboy in the BPRD 1955 Occult Intelligence number 2 of 3. Alex, you said you got number 1. How was it?
You know what? It was kind of boring. I couldn't even tell you what it was about or what the bad guy is.
Oh, really?
There's something was there. That's all I know.
How was the art?
Did it take place in 1953?
No, but it did take place in 1955.
That's stupid.
That's dumb.
How was
I don't even know who the bad guy would be from this one.
Was the art even good? Was the art good?
Art was okay. Usually Dave Stewart does the color, so it's usually really good color wise. But I couldn't even tell you who the artist was. The 1952 was the first arc of this yearly thing. It was so good. I know, Marvin, I think you got it, didn't you?
Yeah.
1952?
Yeah.
That was good. 53, 54, and 55 has been kind of lackluster.
Sean Martinborough is the artist, but DC Comics, Action Comics 989, The Oz Effect. This is Dan Jurgens, Victor Bogdanovic. Look who we got on the cover. We got Jor-El and Kal-El. How's this arc been going? Garrett, I know you've been loving it, right?
Yeah, it's been really good. I mean, it's just kind of like going to uncharted territory. I'm not saying that's rare, but especially when you're using Jor-El as the device to go into uncharted territory, I'm pretty pumped to see what happens.
Alex, you're on about a 7 level, right? If I remember correctly.
Yeah, 7 sounds about right for Action Comics. I think Action is one of those books that, depending on the arc, I really enjoy it. Other arcs, I'm just kind of like, eh. And this is one of those arcs I'm not really digging it. I don't think I care as much about Superman lore.
Well,
you're not reading this book thinking you want to check out Kryptonite on or Krypton on Sci-Fi?
Of course, watch it.
Don't. You know what? Let's not mention that show anymore. It's just all it's going to do is piss people off.
Dark Knight's Metal number 3. This is Scott Snyder, Greg Capullo. Superman is pulled into the mystery of the dark multiverse while the Justice League follows the trail to a weapon they could keep the force's dark multiverse at bay. The second issue, really liked it. Greg Capullo killing it. Alex, what do you think?
I think I really like Greg Capullo on the book. I'm still finding this book to be really wordy. The thing that I'm liking coming out of Metal is those one-shots. I love those one-shots so far. Like The Drowned and what's it, The Killer Machine? What's it called? Murder Machine.
Murder Machine, and then Dawnbreaker.
I've been loving those so much. And Dawnbreaker, honestly, is probably my favorite.
I haven't read that one yet. I'm excited to, though.
Oh, it's so good.
Metal, though, for me, yes. Obviously, I've said this before. I love that it goes deep into, like, DC mythos. Again, using that to kind of do new things with it. And I'm so stoked for this variant cover by Jim Lee, because it's like the new 52 Justice League cover, but it's all the arranged Batman.
Oh, yeah.
So that's pretty sick. But yeah, I'm excited. I can't believe we're already halfway through. It's nuts.
Detective Comics 966. This is James Tynion IV. Eddie Barrows and Enber Fieras. Lonely Place of Living, Part 2. This is Tim Drake's return. Anybody read Part 1? I haven't caught up with Part 1 yet.
No.
I'm 4 behind, so
We are horrible. Yeah, this is something I heard. The first part of it was excellent, and judging from Detective Comics' run so far, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, this thing is going to be. We got Barrows and we got Tinian. We got a story about Tim Drake again. I mean, it's got to be good, right?
Yeah,
you would think so.
I mean, Eddie
You'd also
Barrows
think
on
that
hard.
3 guys would have read it by now.
That's true. You think we would have been excited enough with the way we hyped it up, being like, Tim Drake is back, baby. I haven't read it yet, but I mean,
Hey, I went through a move, and I'm going on a 14-hour drive here coming up.
yes, you went on a move.
You-
I was out of town. Alex just didn't care to catch up. That's
Hey,
true. He's
Contrary to
busy too.
popular belief, we don't just read comics in our free time. We do other things.
To be fair, I read 21 bbooks on Saturday.
Yeah.
So fuck
Just-
you guys.
Just not Detective.
Wow,
Just not the book. Just not these ones.
you're that freak, though, that would do that.
21 books. Alex. Blackjack. Flash, number 32. This is Joshua Williamson, Howard Porter. Holy shit, Howard Porter. Did they do the art for the last one? This isn't Howard Porter. The cover says somebody else. I think Howard, didn't he do the cover? I think he's doing covers. Well, anyways, move on. Black Hole Rising. While the Flash negative Speed Force powers begin to take their deadly toll on Barry Allen's life, Black Hole begins its most audacious assault yet when the criminal outfit finally assumes control of Star Labs. I haven't finished the last arc yet, so I'm not sure if this thing took an upswing or if it's still going the way we thought. Garrett, did you catch up with this one?
I literally have 31. It's the top comic next on my stack.
It's been a busy last 2 weeks for us.
Yeah.
Especially with that book club. Like, that took up a lot of my time. Yeah, I'm excited for this. Alex, was this one of the 21?
Sorry, I'm still laughing at the fact that I'm looking at the rest of this list of DC. I haven't read a single issue of anything.
Are you looking forward to it, though? Well, let's just say
Yes.
that. I'm looking forward
I'm enjoying The Flash so far.
I'm looking forward to it if it actually is Howard Porter art. I think he should be in that book instead of just doing covers. But we'll see if it actually is him or not.
I guess it depends. If he's still negative Flash, then I may not enjoy it. But I still like The Flash a lot. That I look forward to this book coming out.
Yeah, depends where it's
even though I'm not caught up.
New number 1 tomorrow, Gotham City Garage. This is based on the DC collectible statues. You know what? I like these DC, like, other Elseworld. I will say Elseworld. Like Injustice, and then this. They have the Bombshell line. Jackson Lansing, Colin Kelly, and Brian Ching on art. Raphael Albuquerque on that cover. I like that cover a lot. It reminds me of a different cover. I think there's a Batgirl cover that looked like that, but looking for something.
I know there's a Wonder Woman cover.
What do you mean? That looks like that?
No, I'm just
you
saying
mean the
that,
variant?
well,
There's a variant. Yeah.
just saying the variant cover is Wonder Woman.
If you're looking to get into DC and don't want to get into main continuity, a little scared, you can get into that. There you go. Hal Jordan in the Green Lantern Corps. This is number 30. This is Robert Venditti, Patrick Zerker. Mind Games Part 1. After reports of Sinestro's return begin to spread, Hal Jordan travels to Earth looking to bring his one-time Green Lantern partner. Bring in his one-time Green Lantern partner. I think this is what Superman Man of Fear makes its return. This is that we had that in Superman, right? With Superman?
Yeah,
Correct.
so they were in Superman. Now this is the turn for Superman to be in their book.
Yeah, we get Sinestro. We saw him in that last Superman arc. Garrett, you looking forward to Hal Jordan?
Yeah, this one's I'm actually caught up on, which is nice. So yeah, I'm excited. I mean, the last arc ended really strongly, so excited to see what happens next with my main man, Soups.
Alex, what do you think? You could say excited for Sinestro to come back?
I think I'm excited to see just how well this whole DC universe is tied together. The fact that in Superman we had seen this start of an arc finishing up or at least continuing on in Hal Jordan. So I'm excited for that, knowing that the story is just a nice fluid roll.
Justice League of America, number 16. Garrett, how's JLA been going?
I'm 3 behind.
Oh, jeez.
But I know this is bad. But I am looking forward. It's still the Crisis in the Panic in the Microverse. So when I do start reading them, I'm excited to see how it is. And once I catch up to the most current number, if it's not, I mean, because I was kind of wary on the edge after the first issue of Panic in the Microverse, and I'm sure this is like part 5 or something, or 4 or whatever. But if the story itself is really strong, I'm going to stay on the book because like I've enjoyed it for what it is. But it's like when you can tell they're not trying, that's when I start to lose interest in this book. Where it's like, let's go fight Dinosaur Man for 3 issues because we have nothing to do in the meantime.
Mr. Miracle number 3. I'm going to make a big confession here. This is Tom King, Mitch Garetz. I forgot this book was coming out until I just saw this.
Damn.
I just realized also I haven't read 2.
Same.
It's on my stack to actually read 1 and 2 back to back.
I do have
so
it.
So that I was ready for 3.
I do have it, but I totally forgot this was going out because we didn't review number 2. And it's something. Number 1 was a big splash. I heard a lot about number 1. Number 2, I didn't really hear anything about. So I'm not sure if it was still good or what was going on, but we'll see. Mr. Miracle number 3. I would imagine that it's just still going good. We'll see though. I love the first issue. Hey Garrett, are you gonna get Ragman number 1? This mini?
Hell yeah, I am.
Ray Fox, Inaki Miranda. That cover's pretty sweet. This is Ragman. After a failed mission to Rama Tomb in the Israel desert, war veteran Rory Harper is plagued by the death of his partners. These minis have been like I've read. Which one did I read? I think the Deadman one. These minis have been great. I like these minis. I like these little stories about characters who can't hold their own books, so they do a little mini about it.
Are you getting it?
This one, I have no interest in Ragman, but I mean, usually.
Oh, you said you have no interest in it?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
I think it's one of those books I don't know about Ragman, but I'm actually excited to try it out just because
you're going to try it out.
Great, yeah.
Yeah, sweet. I mean, I think Ragman's a great character.
He is, yeah.
And his history, basically as he is as a character, I think it's kind of cool that it's coming around the Halloween-ish time. I mean, not saying that he's a Halloween being by any means, but like there's just kind of like, spirits and ancestors and things like that are involved, so it's cool.
Let me rephrase. I don't have any interest at this time to read this issue by issue, but I'll read it when it comes out in the trade.
Okay, yeah.
Red Hood and the Outlaws is number 15. Scott LaBelle and Dexter Soy back. Bizarro Reborn Part 2. How was Bizarro Reborn Part 1? And are you looking forward to the second one, Alex?
I'm going to let you take a guess on whether or not I'm caught up on this book. I have the annual left to read, and I've still got 14 left to read.
Garrett, are you caught up?
Me am smart. Me am caught up. Yes, I'm caught up on this book. Fuck that up. But anyways, this book has been amazing. Bizarro Reborn number 1 was freaking awesome. As it's Bizarro. I don't want to spoil it. It's really... Shut up, Alex. Shut your mouth.
No one even heard me. Only you heard me, jackass.
But yes.
Is it good? I was going to ask you, is 14
really
still...
good.
Is it good?
Yeah.
I got nervous with what had happened in 13, whether or not it was going to continue to be good or not.
Well, it's just kind of, it's like any character development. It's just flipping something on its head a little bit. Oh. So, but I mean, the team is consistent. Soy's back on art. I don't think he was on the last issue, but man, I don't know. I got to double check. I think he was actually.
I tell you what, I still, even though I'm not caught up right now, Red Hood and the Outlaws, probably one of the best Rebirth books.
Alex, I find it funny you think nobody heard you when, if Garrett heard you, everybody heard you.
He started mouthing the word because I knew what word he was going to say. And I was like, no, don't say it.
Was he saying Scooby Apocalypse?
To be fair, Marvin, did you hear me?
I wasn't paying attention. Scooby Apocalypse number 18. This is Keith Giffen, J.M. DeMattis, Rod Wagner, Rick Leonardo. Garrett, how's your Scooby been going? Look, is this cover an homage to Batman and Robin, Mr. Freeze?
Yeah, I don't know, not really, but it could be. This book has been really great. What I'm really bummed about, though, is the art is not the same as it was. It's not Howard Porter anymore. But the same writing team, but no Howard Porter on art. And not to say that the artists that are taking over is bad, but it's just not as eye appealing as Howard Porter. So that kind of bums me out. But still love the team. I mean, it's just your favorite Scooby-Doo gang being complete idiots until the very end and running away from zombies. So, but you get like Scrappy-Doo, Scooby-Doo, you get the whole team. It's been a lot of fun.
Garrett, do you get Supergirl still?
Nope.
Let me just I just want to point something out here. We've been talking about for weeks here that whoever runs this, who updates these preview world, these diamonds is messing up all the time. The artist, they don't know what his name is. It says JOS ? So whoever did was like, I got whatever his name is, Put
Nice.
that up there.
Wow.
Wildstorm, Michael Cray, #1. This is the first spinoff of Wildstorm. This is Brian Hill with Warren Ellis and Stephen Harris with Dexter Vines. This is a book. I think Garrett said you weren't going to get this, right?
Yeah, I'm still leaning that way. I'm going to take a look at it, but I'm probably still not going to.
I am 100% interested in this. It's going to be 12 issues, it looks like, judging from the top little banner thing. So it's not really like just a mini, it's a full 12. Alex, you have an interest in this. We've been enjoying Wildstorm.
See, that I'm on the fence because I've really enjoyed Wildstorm, and I almost want to get it just because I know that things that happened in this book, I'm sure, will at least bleed a little bit into the main story. So I'm not sure. I'd hate to get one more.
I would say it's more likely than any other mini, like any like DC mini. Like if it was like an event and there's if there was miniseries with it, that I would say, yeah, you could skip it. But this feels like yeah, you're right. I think this is going to be like directly tied in.
I feel like
I will point out that Brian Hill's the writer, and he writes Postal. I think he's a great writer. He wrote that Romulus that hasn't come out in a billion years.
Well, you know how in the main Wildstorm book, they said, Michael, pick a team, put a team together. And I think then that's what this book's going to be about. And they won't talk about it in the main story anymore. It might interweave, but I think this is going to be that story. So if you're interested in that part of it, I think you jump on this one then.
Let's say, I think for me, it's going to be like getting all those TMNT extras. The Mutanimals book, the history of the foot, the universe. It's going to build the world that we already have. So I'll probably get it to give it a try.
I would say, and this is just my thought, I'm not the final say, but I'm just saying, I think if you've been reading that Wildstorm and you're like, this thing is great, 9, 10 out of 10, whatever you're giving it. If you think that highly of it, I think at the very least, you deserve to give like this issue a chance.
Agreed.
I'll give it a shot, I think. I wish they had that cover that was the preview for it with the green arrows. Oh, that'd be, maybe that'll be another cover coming up. Who knows?
Wonder Woman #32. This is James Robinson, second issue. Children of the Gods. Alex, you said you read part 1. How was it?
It was a reprieve to read that number 31. Holy shit, loved it. The whole thing that I had talked about when we heard what was going to happen happened.
Okay.
If there was a character that gets introduced, I already called it who it was. I was like, hell yeah, loved it. What
are the chances that part of your enjoyment was getting that correct? A little bit, like a 0.5?
Say your question one more time.
How much of your enjoyment of that issue was based on that you figured out that part of it?
Oh, no. I enjoyed it regardless. Well, I mean, where it went, I was excited. Not about the character.
Oh, okay.
But what you and I had discussed a couple weeks ago on the show, it's leaning towards that story, and that makes me excited because it's stuff that I feel solidifies some of her lore that she's been given. So,
well, I'm excited. I mean, try some Wonder Woman. If you saw that movie and you want to get into it, issue 31 still out there. Go get that, and then this is the second part of it. We'll be talking about on the show, right, Alex?
Yes.
Image Comics. This is let's see here. We got a book here from Donny Cates, Atom Hawk #0.
It's a tomahawk.
What?
A tomahawk. You said Atom Hawk. A tomahawk.
It's an atom.
Just letting you.
Deluxe oversized.
A tomahawk.
a deluxe oversized collection of the stories originally serialized in heavy metal. So if you enjoy that or want to check it out, Donny Cates, writer of God Country and the upcoming Doctor Strange, there you go, $5.99. Check it out. It says number 0. So is there a new ongoing from that in Image coming out?
No, I think that's just a prequel to the actual heavy metal series. That's what I gathered from it.
Birthright number 27. This is Joshua Williamson's creator-owned series with Andrea Bresson. Alex, how's Birthright been going?
I tell you what, that book is so well drawn and colored. Oof. I got caught up on it. I mean, it's one of those, if you're looking for a fantasy book, this is a solid fantasy book. It's got your mix of fantasy in with your modern day. Oof. I still remember the issue 1. That's my favorite panel ever from any book. So many weapons. If you're not getting this book, I think you're missing out. Whether it be trade or issues, it is so good.
Birthright, story of Mikey, right? Is his name?
Mikey, yep.
Mikey. Black Science, this is number 32. Rick Remender, Matteo Scalera. Alex, I believe we both were on the same page. Last issue was not really worth the wait. The art was great. I'm really looking forward to this issue based on art, but we'll see how the story goes. I'm hoping it picks up a little bit.
Well, that was my issue with 31, was that all this wait that we had, there wasn't any big climax that I was like, holy shit. So I'm hoping there's a holy shit moment in this book.
The Family Trade, number 1, it's Justin Jordan, Nikki Ryan, Morgan Bean on the art and cover. Family, part 1, all new ongoing series from the creator of Luther Strode Spread and Dead Body Road. Steampunk, alchemy, and adventure meet the ocean on an island city in a world where history didn't quite turn out like ours. A hidden family of spies, thieves, and assassins make sure that the world keeps going. Justin Jordan, I haven't heard from him in a while, but maybe I'm not looking in the right places. Are you guys interested at all in Family Trade, or is that something that JoJo will look at in the shop?
It's one of those books that I want to look at, but I don't know if I'm enticed enough to get it.
Nope, not interested at all.
For me, it depends. Yeah, I'll look through it and see what we got. It's not really the smallest of weeks for me. If like this was a smaller week, yes, I'm more interested. It's just that I'm at a point right now where I gotta quit picking stuff up, being like, oh yeah, I can get this too, because then eventually you're picking up like $100. And that's just the danger of comics. So you want to get into it. If you have not get into comics, pick wisely. God Complex, number 1. This is Paul Jenkins, Brian Lai. Garrett, why are you woo-wooing? You looking forward to this? God Complex?
I've been looking forward to this one so much. A, Paul Jenkins is a writer, great writer. B, Howard Preciado, whatever, he does the art for the ongoing Mighty Morphin Power Rangers book, which is incredible. And this is about the gods in a digital kind of fashion. So it's like, it's like your typical whatever gods like Zeus and all them interfering with like technology and things like that. So I'm super stoked. Sounds such an interesting concept.
Hey Garrett, did you ever pick up Kingsman Red Diamond?
Yep.
How was issue 1? Number 2 comes out tomorrow.
Flash is the next one in my stack. Under that is Kingsman the Red Diamond number 1. So
how was that movie? I heard that movie was good, right?
It's been getting great reviews. I still want to see it really bad.
I haven't seen it either. Well, if you're going to pick that out, Kingsman Red Diamond 2 of 6 comes out tomorrow. That's Rob Williams, right? Yeah, Rob Williams, Simon Fraser. Yes. So go ahead and pick that up. And I like that Albuquerque cover. Very nice. Royal City, number 6. This is they're back from the break. Lemire and Lemire, both people. Jeff Lemire. All together. Brand new storyline, Sonic Youth Part 1. This is the flashback. Takes place in 1993. I think I am really looking forward to this. Maybe a little more than even the first arc. I like the concept jumping back. We've seen the damage. Now let's see what happened, what causes damage. Alex, looking forward to Royal City?
Oh, hell yeah. This is one of those books that when it goes on a break, I feel like I'm missing something. This is still probably one of my newest, at least probably my newest favorite book. I know we're 6 issues in, but I look forward to this every time it comes out. I think part of it doesn't have anything to do with superheroes or nothing. It's just real people and stories of their lives.
Garrett, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm super pumped. I mean, I loved the first arc. I love that color. That cover and all the colors on it. I'm excited to see where the story takes us next because, as Marvin's always been saying, this book isn't really, it's not like I mean, it is fantasy to an extent, but it's more like a slice of life. I know Jeff Lemire hates that statement, but it kind of is just kind of understanding. This is more plot driven. So I feel like it's like watching Breaking Bad, and this is season 2. Like we saw the first season. What happens next? This is it right here.
Scale Scoundrels number 2. Alex, you said you didn't really enjoy number 1. Are you going to keep with it?
I'm going to give issue 2 a chance because there's my big thing about an issue 1. This was huge wordy wise. Like I was expecting some kind of, I don't know.
Sebastian Gerner, he wrote the Shirtless Bear Fighter.
I expected to be blown away, and it really wasn't. And so I'm going to give issue 2 a chance to see if it can impress me. And if it doesn't, I think I'll be dropping it already.
So I bet your expectations were so high because you didn't get it on that one day. And so
honestly, probably. I hadn't gotten it until 2 weeks after it came out, so I built it up in my head. That's going to be so good. And it really wasn't.
I have to agree, though, that writer, he does like to kind of do the longhand writing. Like, Shirtless Bear Fighter's, yes, good. But there's a lot of text always.
Yeah.
So.
But at least in Shirtless Bear Fighter, there's funny moments that I do chuckle at. I, again, probably was overly excited for this book that I took it too seriously, was not impressed, didn't laugh, and I was bored reading it. So we'll give 2 a chance, but we'll see.
Youngblood number 6. This is Chad Bowers, Jim Toe, Garrett Youngblood. How's it going?
So good. Like even looking at that cover, I'm like so fucking pumped for this book.
Did you read 5?
Yeah, I read 5.
Okay.
Great. I think like this is like a hidden gem, especially for me. Like, I know there's the Youngblood team prior to this. Like there's a whole history that I don't know anything about, but I think this book does so well about bridging old generation and new generation to the point where like I'm excited each issue that comes out. I hope the creative team never changes because this has been, I feel like this, I haven't missed like any stride in this comic whatsoever. So.
That was the sound of my phone hitting the floor. We're okay though. Marvel Comics. We're gonna do Marvel Comics a little different until they're done with these kind of issues because I want to ask the question with all these whenever we come to them now in the forecast. All New Wolverine number 25 is a new legacy jumping on point. Is anybody still getting this book? And is anybody going to be jumping on at this point?
I'm getting this book still.
You are?
I'm going to keep getting it. Yeah.
Are you thinking? Is this book like they're labeling this legacy jumping on point? Do you see like a turnaround in this thing, or is it like gonna just be because somebody new jump in? Is what I'm gonna say.
I mean, we already have answered that before. In a general sense, any start of an arc you can always jump on. So I think that's what's more not necessarily. I don't think it's like a brand new, like, hey, you can jump on here and don't need to know
not
anything from
concept,
before.
Okay.
Yeah, it's never going to be like that for Marvel. They can't ever do that. They don't have the balls. So
all New Wolverine. That's Tom Taylor, and
I'm taking the opportunity to jump off it.
Juan Cabal. Oh, you did the opposite, jumping off. Orphans of X. You don't like Dakin?
Oh, it's not that I don't like Dakin. It's not even that I don't like Laura. This book isn't what it started out being, and so I've just lost interest in it.
How long has Dakin been alive?
What?
Because last I knew he was dead. When did he come back?
Oh, they brought him back a couple issues ago.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, with this it has changed. Like David Lopez, who's doing the art originally, such a great artist, and so like we lost a great artist. The new one he's all right. But yeah, they were focusing on this alien story, basically that like provided a virus. So I'm hoping this is going to turn it around. Like, I feel like it was just kind of a rough arc. Not saying that every comic doesn't get one of those, but so I'm excited to see what happens. I don't know anything about Dakin except that Wolverine killed him once. Spoilers, I guess.
So you are staying on, but you were on prior. It doesn't interest me at all. And Alex jumping off. That's an opposite effect of what they wanted to do. Amazing Spider-Man number 789 is Legacy first issue. They're ramping up to issue 800. I heard of that. That was a big news over New York Comic Con. The Fall of Parker is still Dan Slott, but it's Stuart Immonen. Well, he's been doing it for a while, so we got him in this issue. Anybody interested in jumping on Amazing Spider-Man? Alex.
Until Slott leaves, no. When Slott is gone, I will jump on Amazing Spider-Man again. But I've been burned too many times trying to read his stuff.
What do you think it is? Because I have an interest in maybe I should read Spider-Man again. But when I do, I know I don't like. Is it a character, or is it like Marvel? You think that this is their flagship title? I should be reading this.
I think it's the way Slott writes them for me, and a lot of the time it's that he reuses villains. He doesn't give another villain a chance to come in and be a character. It's always Green Goblin, or it's always Dr. Octopus. It's always Lizard was in it a lot.
Get ready for issue 800 where Green Goblin and Peter fight.
For me, I need something new.
You know, to be fair, though, I've read from 700 on, and Green Goblin hasn't been in that book except for that finale of the Superior Spider-Man arc. So, right now, he's dealing with the Green Goblin. I think, yes, I get where you guys are coming from. And I know, it's good to stick for you don't want him in that book. But, you're going to be missing out on years of Spider-Man stories. Not saying that you need to be reading it. You could read it in trade or library or whatever, but...
I'll just ask your brother.
Yeah, well, don't do that. That's just, if you want to ask for bias, I'll be like, hey, it's a fucking good book. But I think at some point, maybe try it again. And I think this would be a good time to jump on. Don't think about Dan Slott for a second. Stuart Immonen on art. I know you might not do it always, but that guy can draw.
I think I'd be more, since I'm dropping Wolverine, or all new Wolverine, I'd be willing to give Amazing Spider-Man 789 a chance. But
I say take a look at it.
But my problem is going to be, I'm going to be so biased going, I hate Slott.
I do have to agree with guest host one that Slott, I think he's improved. I'm not saying he's the greatest writer of Spider-Man. I still sometimes, whenever I see Anna Marconi, I'm like, why is she still in this book? But when everybody else, I don't know.
I liked his Superior Spider-Man. I love that run. I thought that was a great run.
Yeah,
same. That's what I think back to. I'm like, hey, he did a good job of that.
So maybe I'm wrong. It's I don't like how he writes Peter Parker Spider-Man right now.
Yeah.
At least when I got back into it, what issue was the start over again?
I can't remember.
It was a long time ago. It was 30 issues or 20 issues ago. I had gotten on that, and it's just God, this is not what I want from Spider-Man, where he has his own country, or his own company. It's that's not my Spider-Man. That's the thing.
But Doc Ock set
not
that
my Spider-Man,
up,
I guess.
Yeah, so it was just he left it to Peter.
He had to roll with it since that's what he had.
Right.
Daredevil number 27. This is Charles Soule, Ron Garney. Land of the Blind continues. I can't remember what I thought of the last issue. I might not have made that big of an impact. I remember liking the art a lot. That's what I remember. I remember thinking it was good, I believe. What do you guys think?
It was good.
I haven't read the second part yet. I read the first part, but
wait, I thought this was the second part.
Yeah,
this is the second. I thought it was the third.
It doesn't say. It just says continues.
26 was the start of the new arc.
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh, okay. Well, I liked the first part. I thought it was good. Okay, cool. I'm caught up on something. Woo!
Solid win.
I think. Yeah, I'm looking forward. Whenever Ron Garney's on it, I'm like, at least the art will be good. So
yeah,
I remember the last one was beautiful, especially the colors. So looking forward to it. Daredevil. It's been on and off good. So Defenders number 6. This is Brian Michael Bendis, David Marquez, Kingpins in New York, Part 1. Here we go, guys. What we've been waiting for. Deadpool joins this book.
This is going to be so hard for me to get. There's nothing about him being on that cover makes me want to get this book anymore.
I know.
I wish he wasn't in it.
it would have to be like a 10 out of 10 for me to enjoy. Not that I don't like Deadpool. It's just I've had too much. Like, he's all over the place.
Yeah.
My thing is, I love Deadpool, one of my favorite characters, and even I'm getting fatigued. Dude, he doesn't have to be in everything. He doesn't have to be your poster child.
Yeah, I'm going to be looking at, I'm going to grab it tomorrow, look at the solicits for the next couple months, and if Deadpool's still involved with that book, I don't know. It's going to be tough, but I could drop it. Like, I don't need Deadpool in my life.
Oh, I think the only reason I would keep this book right now, even with Deadpool, is the fact that Kingpin's going to be in it.
Yeah, see, I want that and Marquez's art. It's so hard to pass up a book that Marquez does on the regular.
Well, let's say if we're
my big issue with it, sorry, Marvin, was that they're reusing the cover.
I know.
Yeah.
That's pretty cheap.
And they said Deadpool on it, yeah.
Yeah, and switched out Daredevil.
Let me ask you, Alex, speaking of Deadpool, Despicable Deadpool number 287, this is Jerry Dugan, Scott Koblish, Deadpool Kills Cable, part 1. Jerry Dugan is a very great writer. I like him. Scott Koblish is an amazing artist. He would always do those flashback issues in the first run part of this. Yeah. Deadpool, is this enough to get you back on the board?
No. I don't know what it's going to take to get me back into Deadpool. Changing his name, going back to numbers. I feel like, Dugan's a great writer. I liked his first run with him. I got the whole thing. It was great, had funny moments, great art. Something about the second volume that he had done just rubbed me the wrong way. I don't know if it was just he didn't seem like Deadpool for me.
Let me ask you a question. But they're going back to form, and he's going to be less of a hero. That's why it's called Despicable Deadpool. He's going back to being kind of evil or bad.
So anti-hero-ish?
Yeah, does that interest you at all? He's going back to being a killer, being back a mercenary.
I want him to be the mercenary that he was.
That's what this is supposed to be doing.
And so if that's the case, I don't like the cover, but I'd be willing to give it a try.
Flip through it and see what you think about it. Not enough for me to jump on board. I don't like Deadpool that much. I like it enough. I like Scott. The biggest draw for me on this is Scott Koblish. So possibly. Very slim chance, though. Garrett, any interest at all?
Hell no.
Okay. Falcon number 1. This is a new book from brand new writer. He wrote the Boondocks. That's on Cartoon Network. Rodney Barnes, Joshua Cassera. This is Falcon's new book, Takes Flight, Part 1. If any of these legacy books are going to grab me, I'm really interested. I already like Falcon a lot as a character, so I'll look through this and see if I want to get it. What about you two? Is anything about this interest you?
I'm a little bummed about this, only because, like, I get that, the Captain America shield's crap. I know it's just a cover, whatever, but it just throws me off that the Captain America shield's breaking and Falcon is just coming out as Falcon. I'm like, why does that shit have to be there? Like, we get it. He's not going to be Cap anymore. So I don't know. It just bothers me.
It does bum me out that they couldn't go full at him on Cap. Like right now,
be like, hey, he's Falcon. That's it. That's all we need to know.
I have to admit, I would almost be tempted to get Falcon just to give it a try. One new writer.
Yeah,
it'd be interesting.
The art looks pretty good. Falcon I like a lot. I like Falcon's the kind of character that you can get stories that don't have to be always about the world ending, more grounded street level, and can be also reflective of the times. Like something that I would be interested in. It'd be less superhero-ish and more about like a vigilante kind of thing. So that's what I'm more interested in. So we'll see. I'll look through it and see. Probably word of mouth too. I'll wait to see what people think about it. Hulk number 11. This is Jennifer. How's Hulk been? You guys both still on Hulk?
No, we both dropped it.
Whoa, Alpha Hulk! You were telling me a couple issues ago I should jump on, and now you're saying you're done.
Yeah, we reached an arc that just wasn't satisfying.
It felt like, I always, I've been saying this a lot lately. It's like, they're fighting dinosaurs. It's because, Venom did that. Venom had this awesome arc up to 150, and then 150 went on. It was and then he falls through a hole, and there's a bunch of dinosaurs around him. I'm like, okay, so you're going to waste my time to get to the next thing. The Hulk basically had a dude make something that turned him into the Hulk. that he got exploited with. Now there's 2 Hulks and one's. It's just stupid.
All right. Uncanny Avengers number 28, this new legacy jumping on point. Stars and Garters, part 1, part X-Men, part Avengers, part X-Men. Any interested in jumping on Uncanny Avengers again?
No.
Yeah.
You know what it seems like to me? Maybe this Marvel legacy is not shaking out because you guys really, well, even me, don't really have interest in jumping on. And maybe it's just we're a little jaded. We need to Marvel needs to put something out there that really is like a 10 out of 10 book again.
Because we're not stupid. Like, that's the thing. We've been burned so many times. Like, you know, I'm just excited to see what happens when they change the creative teams after this. Like, what are they going to do? Are they going to do number 297.3 to get people to jump on? Like,
you know what, Garrett?
Good fucking luck.
You're absolutely right. That's what it is. I'm going to the lunch, like I'm in school and I'm going to the lunchroom, and instead of calling it Sloppy Joe's, they're calling it Taverns. And I'm being like, but I know that's Sloppy Joe's. I'm like, no, we changed it. It's brand new now. And you're like,
the original name is Tavern.
Well, okay, the other way around then. So, it's Sloppy Joe's. And you're like, but I know what that is. And then I don't like it. And they go, hey, guys, we got Taverns again. And I go, well, I just don't like it. You know what I mean? You can go back to the original numbering, but unless you give me something new, I'm not going to try the same thing as before. Because really, none of these teams really change. And I think that's what Falcon is the most interesting to me, is because it's brand new. And if I'm going to jump on anything, I'm going to jump on that rather than going to these books that have been going on for a while. And I think that's kind of what I was trying to ask you about All New Wolverine. It's like the same team. They're just doing a new arc. Is it really enough to get new people to jump on and try it? Or even people
Absolutely
like us
not.
that have jumped off?
That's the thing. It's like, you're not... I mean, yes, you can jump on if you want to, but you could do that even if they didn't put Legacy all over the cover. Like, it's not changing anything. Like, they're doing it as a ploy to get readers to jump on. Like, Marvel Legacy, even the one-shot, was not like a try all these brand new titles. It's try the same titles, but we're just going to gloss the cover up a little bit, even though it's still on paper.
Yeah. And it wasn't like these books, because I think Alex said that he was glad that, what Marvel book was it that didn't change the team? I forget what it was. It was from last week. Listen to our show last week. Or the week before that, excuse me. But it's not even like these teams were like, it wasn't like Tom King's The Vision where we're like, oh no, don't knock Tom. Like, if you're going to change stuff, leave that book alone. It's not even like Hawkeye. Like, leave that book alone. But it's like Amazing Spider-Man. That thing needs some juice to like juice it up. And it's still like the same team.
Yeah.
Weapon X number 9. Garrett, how's Weapon X been going?
I drafted around 6 or 7.
What?
I don't get any X-Men books anymore.
Dude, I tell you what,
Except Old Man Logan and All New Wolverine.
If I wasn't getting Daredevil, I wasn't thinking about getting that Deadpool book or jumping back on Spider-Man, I would have no Marvel books because nothing interests me. Because nothing is new.
Hawkeye and Daredevil, I think, are the only 2 books that we all get still. Because
Mighty Thor is my other one. I think I've only got 3 that I'm still sold on keeping.
Because beyond that, the ones that we were interested in are over now, like Infamous Iron Man and what was the other one?
Well, Defenders is going on, but
Defenders. That's not... There's a few, but yeah, you're right.
But the sad thing is they're giving me reasons to jump off.
Which is nice. Thank God there's no event like Secret Empire holding us off for another 5 months. Until January, if you get suckered into that.
Hey, there's a weekly Avengers thing going on. You could be jumping on board.
I know. Oh my gosh, that makes me so angry.
Actually, not weekly. It's not out this week. They already lost their the second week. They can't have it out again already.
I say you said it. And I thought I didn't see it this week. So,
I guess I didn't read fully into that story, so I'm not sure. I know they said it was weekly, but
it did say weekly on the ad. Okay. I remember that.
Okay. Let's see what else is underneath these. Well, that was our Marvel Comics. So, I mean, if you're interested into Marvel Comics, I mean, good for you. But I mean, not good for you, but like to each his own. You could be into it. I know a lot of people like it. Just not for me.
Well, you know, if nothing else, if our listeners are listening to this and there's something Marvel that you think we should be reading, give us a heads up. Maybe we're missing out on something.
What do you think? I see like the couple things that are changing with Legacy. We have Donny Cates on Doctor Strange and Thanos. I think maybe Doctor Strange. I might jump on board with Donny Cates. And then Thanos.
I'm going to jump on that because it's what's the artist from Visions doing the art?
Oh, that's true. And then for Thanos, we have the God Country team. So like those are interesting choices. Those are things that I think they're taking new steps to try to improve those books. That's showing me you're taking a risk and saying, hey, let's see how this goes, rather than, oh no, we're going to keep that. We don't want to try anything new with this book. Keep it going the same way. But hey, brand new numbering. Like I should care. Marvel, you should know on this show, I've said millions of times, get rid of the numbering. Just make it like issue March 2017 issue. I don't know why I went back to March, October. Let's see here. Anything down at the bottom, down below that you guys want to talk about?
Mech Cadet number 3,
Mech
Garrett.
Cadet, you?
Yep.
Number 3. How's that, Mech Cadet?
This book is amazing. It gives me that, it's like a mix of Iron Giant and maybe like Ender's Game, I would say. I loved the art, the story's fun. Like, that's what it is. It's like just a fun book about a kid who gets chosen to like possess this robot to help defend the world. So against aliens. So I guess it's more like Pacific Rim, Ender's Game, and whatever other one I mentioned. But
Iron Giant.
Iron Giant, that's right. Yeah, I get so excited for this book. Like I already know, like when you ask, well, we'll see when we get there, but like this one's definitely looking forward to. Absolutely.
Well, let's just talk about it. Which one are you looking forward to this week, Garrett?
Mech Cadet U number 3. Like that's one that usually like I'll organize my comics and put them in whatever order, like based on like whatever. But I'll take Mech Cadet U out, read it right away. Like I have to. I'm so excited.
Alex, what are you looking forward to this week? What is your most anticipated?
Probably Royal City number 6. Like when you ask, that's the first book that comes to mind.
Royal City number 6, Jeff Lemire writing and drawing. That is also top of the list for me. But if I'm going to say a different one, just to have 3 choices for people, I'm going to say Dark Knight's Metal number 3. The first 2 were like, I do agree with you, Alex, a little wordy, but I think 2 was, I could see it like ramping up. So like 3, I think is going to be excellent. So we'll see how that goes. Art's for great. Capullo. I'm just glad to say Capullo art. Those are the comics for October 11th, 2017.
Holy shit.
Alex, how's it been feeling outside? It's certainly not feeling like August.
Oh, I tell you what it's feeling like. It is feeling like fall. Holy shit. This morning I woke up, like 36 degrees out, if even that warm. It's going to be cool out tomorrow morning when I'm out walking my dog. It's going to be chilly, even in the afternoon at 63. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a chilly at 63.
You know what they say,
so
Alex?
Maybe we're...
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
What, chilly today, hot tamale?
Yeah.
I tell you what, you're going to wear that sweatshirt while you're reading these books. Make yourself a hot cup of tea or a cup of coffee. Do what I do. Have a Diet Coke at 9 at night. Don't sleep. Read some books.
Garrett, how are the roads tomorrow?
Holy cow. Roads are going to be busy. There's a lot of good books coming out tomorrow. I mean, what else is new? But you definitely want to get there as early as you can and get those books in time because they will fly off the shelves.
Let me just say, let me end the forecast in this way, because that Marvel segment of this show was kind of negative. You like what you like. I mean, there's been a lot of activity about comics in the comic community online recently. Like what you like. The creators, what you're doing is fine. It's just that some things aren't for us. Some things are for you. Find what you like and let everybody know that you love it. Express to everybody your love of comics. My name's been Marvin.
I've been Alex.
And I'm Garrett.
Everyone stay cozy and keep reading those books.